Gentlelady's time has expired, and she yields back. As she sits down, the gentlewoman from Michigan, Ms. Tlaib, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Chairman, for taking your time and recognizing me. Thank you so much, all of you, for really leading this important effort. I know in Michigan, we know just how important homeownership is in empowering communities of color to build wealth. Wayne County, the communities that I represent, all 12 are in Wayne County, Michigan. And we've lost more black homeownership than any other state in the country in Michigan, but Wayne County really was hit the hardest. I was alarmed but not surprised to read Detroit's Future Cities report, which, Chairman, if I may, I would like to submit for the record this week on homeownership in Detroit, which found that black mortgage applicants were consistently more likely to be denied more than white applicants across all income groups. In fact, upper income black applicants were denied more frequently than moderate income white applicants. The most frequent reasons cited for denial were credit history and appraisals. We all know this is unacceptable. I know my folks are really tired of being studied. They are exhausted in the task forces and the commissions. We already know what the issue is. Very little has been done to minimize and monitor the appraisers' use of discretion, particularly with regards to fair housing. And I think we've seen the harms that approach has caused to residents in communities like mine. And again, Chairman, if I may, I would like to submit for the record, Chairwoman, Detroit Future Cities report.
I'm sorry, would you repeat? Do you have something you want to enter into the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Without objection, such is the order. Thank you.
Mr. Button, how can the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice be improved to limit discriminatory appraiser discretion and mitigate fair lending risk?
Our standards board is actually reviewing the ethics rule right now to make sure it's abundantly clear. One of the things that we want to make sure is that people understand that they file a complaint with their state appraiser regulatory agency, because most agencies publish the disciplinary action. And that will be a huge deterrent for appraisers when they see their colleagues being disciplined by the governing body.
Yeah, no, like telling on them. Yeah, that's good. Ms. Rice, in your view, what would be the benefits of minimizing and monitoring discretion in the appraisal process?
I apologize. I didn't hear the
Oh, that's okay. I talk really fast. I'm sorry. Ms. Rice, so what would be the benefits of minimizing and monitoring discretion in the appraisal process?
So minimizing discretion would lead to more standardization and uniformity in the process so that we remove subjectivity. Discretion and subjectivity have been found in thousands of fair housing cases to lead to discriminatory outcomes.
So I know you heard a little bit about my district, but also in my district, the condition of our housing stock presents an additional challenge to mortgage lending and appraisals. Much of our housing stock was built in the early and mid-20th century and in need of costly repairs. In fact, more than half of the homes in my district are valued less than $100,000. Detroit Future Cities report found that in some Detroit neighborhoods, unoccupied homes need an estimated about $80,000 to $120,000 just in home repair, while a house itself may be offered at $20,000 to $60,000. There are very few home improvement loans available to my residents, just like many of our folks across the country, and residents are denied at a higher rate than those for home purchase. It's clear that the system isn't working for communities like mine, and so Ms. Rice, do you have any recommendations for how the appraisal industry should address this gap in home valuations created by home repair needs?
So it would be extremely difficult for the appraisal industry to be able to address those kinds of gaps because they are so deep and they are caused by so many errant factors. And so that's one of the reasons I'll just say that we have supported things like the Neighborhood Home Improvement Act, Investment Act, excuse me, to make up that gap that is needed for those repairs.
With that, anybody on the panel, are there ways that we can better integrate home repair needs into appraisal and home mortgage process? This is something that continues to come from much of the members of the Housing Justice Work Group that I created, is how do we address that? Any other ideas and policy changes?
Yes, so there is a product, there's a mortgage product called an acquisition rehab mortgage product. And so what happens then is the appraiser will assess the value of the home after the repair is done. If that after repair value comes out where it needs to be, then the loan can go through. The homeowner can purchase the house and rehab it.
No. Thank you so much. It's a very, very important hearing. I appreciate it. I yield, Madam Chair.